Well, this is a small update. I have gone through everything from checking my router, uh, checking everything that's connected to my Wi-Fi. Um, I've checked my clipboard because Tom suggested I do that because back in 2022 there was a way for people to inject through Chrome into your clipboard. Um, but I always clear my clipboard constantly. So I checked it as soon as Tom suggested it, and nope, come up clean. Um, Also use WNet to check out everything that's connected. Everything's clean on that end. I highly suggest anybody who does use Chrome, and I do this. I always make sure. I always stop Google Chrome Elevation Service, which should never be a part of any piece of software. But I disable that, and I also disable GU Update and GU Date. Um, I disable those right away. Uh, I also download the latest malware uh, from Microsoft. It comes up clean. Um, what else have I done? Um, my friends list. I'll show you my friends list. Very, very tiny. This here is a dev for H2O, and he's good. C. Ritter, he's good. Cometh Mio, he's good. Xchili 5000, he's good. He changed his nickname from something else. That's my sister, John. I've known him for 10 years. Mart UK, I've known him for about maybe 6 years. Monoguru, oh, he's another developer actually. Um, Monty plays games. Another person I trust, Raster Ross. I've known him for like 7 years. Tom is one of my good friends who I was speaking to in private conversation, and my brother. So my friends list is very, very short, sweet, and anybody I like, any friends that come in um, that I add to my list, I check them out. I just don't accept friend lists. Friends, I check them out. I have two-way authentication, or dual authentication for Steam. Um, my Steam account and also my email. Every email address I have is all different passwords, 16-bit, random. Same way with Steam. And I change that once every year. Um, Also, too, most people don't know this, but with Windows, and it's turned on by default, you should always turn off setting your clipboard information to Microsoft. That's turned on by default. You should always turn that off because whenever you add something to your clipboard, it immediately sends that data to Microsoft. You should turn that off immediately. That's bad. That's very, very bad. Um, but I have checked up and down. Also, I'm not part of any communities. I don't take part in any Steam communities of any kind because I do know that Valve has or Steam has, they allow ways for people to manipulate if you're part of any community group. There's a back end to it somehow that I read about this a couple of years ago, and as soon as I read that, people on, if you're part of a community, some people were able to hack in and use the back end. Somehow, I don't know how they did it, but they were capable of doing it. So I removed myself from all community that I was a part of, especially Payday 2. I'm not saying anything to do with Payday 2. I'm just saying that was the only community group I was part of because you got certain guns and stuff like that because it's a community group. But I stopped being part of that group about 4 years ago. So yeah, I'm not part of anything. My friends list is tight. I know everybody. They're all solid. So I don't know how anybody could have hooked in and sent that message in that message. I don't know how that's even possible because I don't know how that could have gotten in here unless it was done by the Valve staff. Those are the only people I know that can actually look and read everything that you're doing. Don't believe if they tell you, oh, no, none of our staff can monitor. Yes, they can. They can monitor anybody at any time. And I have checked everything, guys. Everything. And there's absolutely no way. No way. I'm very cautious. And I make sure the websites I visit, boy, trust me, I know the websites I go to. I also make sure that my host file is always read only. And so I know that's locked down. So there can be no redirects on this and as far as my host file is concerned. And that's it. But where this came from, the only people I think that could do it is the Valve staff. That's it. I have never had this happen before, ever. And my system's tight. I also make sure the ports that I need to have active are only ports used for Steam itself. That's it. I don't have any other ports open. Um, like I said, I've also gone through my router entirely to make sure nobody else uh, hacked into into my Wi-Fi, and that's clean because it would show. Um, so, like I said, I use WNet to monitor my what's connected to my system. I also check to see if there's any users um, that may have logged in. I'm the only user logged into my account. Um, so there you go. I don't know how they're capable of doing it, but the only thing that pops in my head is Valve. That's the only thing that pops into my head. So because as soon as that happened, I immediately started checking everything, and Tom was on his end to help me out as well. And so anyway, I don't know how that even happened, but I just thought I'd let people know about it. Bye for now.